Hello, Midwife. Today I'm bringing you the step-by-step process of making this tuo. Yeah, some Tuo Zaafi waha. So, yes, watch this video and learn the full process. And before I talk you through it, let me just go and eat my Tuo Zaafi. So first of all, you have to sieve your flour. So I've got cassava flour that I am sieving right now in this gray or silver bowl. And then next is my maize flour, which also I sieved to remove a bit of that grit. So you need your tuo to be really nice and smooth. So this step is really important. So in my glass bowl, I've got my maize flour, and in the aluminium bowl, I've got my cassava flour. So first of all, you make a light, thin porridge using the maize flour. So in my pot, I've got a cup of maize flour, and I added in total a liter of water, cold water, to make a nice smooth porridge. I mean the base for the porridge. So you need to mix it really well to make sure there are no lumps before you start cooking. Whilst cooking, stir continuously in one direction as much as possible because you don't want any lumps, and you want a really light porridge, light thin porridge at this point. So I kept on adding hot water, boiled hot water. So you always have to have your kettle ready with some hot water and add it when you need it. Once the porridge is really light, I started off with a cup of my maize flour. You add it in, you stir quickly. You don't want any lumps forming, so stir quickly. And alternatively, I added in the cassava flour. So this recipe is an alternative addition of maize flour and cassava flour. I wasn't making so much, so after adding about a cup of maize flour and half a cup of cassava flour, I had enough tuo for my family. But if you're making a lot, you alternate between maize flour and cassava flour. This recipe was given to me by my sister-in-law, who is a northerner, and her preference is to add cassava flour to her tuo, and I loved the texture that you get from it, so I have also adopted this recipe. But some people apparently do not use cassava flour in their tuo, so I guess it all depends on your preference. So feel free to make it the way you like it, but the whole thing about tuo is to have a very, very soft dough. Yes, a very, very soft dough. And tuo is made from maize flour that hasn't been fermented, so it may taste a bit like banku, but it's not banku to me. I think it has a bit more fufu or akple. Yes, better still akple flavor. So yes, it all depends on your preference. So to cook the tuo, I added a bit of hot water, covered it, and steamed it up to make sure the dough is cooked through and there's no raw maize or cassava smell in it. And the texture of my tuo is really, really soft. It also depends on your preference, but I always say that let your tuo be a step down your normal preference when it has cooled down. So when you make it really soft, by the time it has cooled down, it will be a little bit harder. So always make it a little bit extra soft. Once the dough is cooked, you will not smell any raw cassava or maize smell. and once you put your finger in, it will just spring back into shape. So to dish out your tuo, if you're eating it straight away, you just use your plate, dish it out straight into your serving bowl. But if not, you need to put it in a bag so that it keeps nice and soft and warm, otherwise it will become really hard. So to do that, I had my sandwich bags which I put round the bowl, and with the help of a saucer, a flat plate, and some water, a bowl of water, I was able to scoop some tuo out, put it in my sandwich bag, and turn my sandwich bag around to form that tight seal and to create a design. It just makes it nice and lovely. Okay, it looks good and pleasing to the eye and good enough to eat. So I tried to show this here, but pardon me, I didn't realize my camera was out of view. So oh my goodness, we may have to do this again at some point. Alright, so it's basically simple and it's easy to manage once you have it in the bowl. So here I was showing you, once it's in the bowl, you try to form it into a ball and just pick it up. Use your hand to turn the tuo around to twist the sandwich bag into a tight knot and form your knot, and there you have your tuo nicely done. Now on to making our ayoyo soup. So with that, I'm using ayoyo leaves. Here in the UK you can find them being called molokia leaves, and I'm using my homemade stock cubes, some dawa, some papushito or any pepper, some smoked shrimps, some bicarbonate of soda, After Village Kitchen's 10 spice blend for flavor. So the stock cubes, I use a spinach one and a cabbage and a carrot top. So I put all the frozen veggies in my pot, added some hot water, boiling hot water, to steam it up. So for umami flavors, I recommend that you add some dawa if you can get hold of it. And this is how I prepare my dawa. I soak it up in hot water, let it sit for a while, and it is easy to mash and strain off into your soup. So my molokia leaves were real leaves. They were not grounded into a paste. So I needed to re-blend it to help me have a nice smooth soup. So then I added in my papushito or any pepper of your choice, some smoked shrimps. I recommend that for extra flavor and more natural flavors from the After Village Kitchen's 10 spice blend, which has aniseed, ginger, garlic, cloves, all the good natural spices. And then I also added the umami flavor. This is what makes the ayoyo soup dawa. So I strained it off because I didn't want those little bits of the dawa seeds in there. It is your choice, you can put it all in, but I personally think it needs to be sieved. So I sieved it into the pot. I checked for seasoning, topped it up with a bit of salt, and basically allowed the dawa to cook nicely for just a few couple of minutes, and it was ready. So everything was ready, tuo ready, ayoyo soup ready, and I had some leftover wache stew. All these videos are up on the YouTube channel. So anytime I make wache stew, I know ayoyo soup is on, tuo is on, and the whole Tuo Zaafi thing is on. So here I served it up nice and easy. This dish is so nice and easy to make. I just don't know why we don't make it that often. It is not so difficult at all. And yes, add in your boiled egg for that extra, touch. And enjoy your ayoyo and tuo, your full Tuo Zaafi. and come back and give me your comments. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe once you are done with this, and don't forget to tell all your friends and family, and like, comment and share.